Hi there! Wow, what an awesome release we had 2 days ago. I would like to say thank you for all your support and for your feedback. We really got a lot of positive feedback and this really made my day. Thanks so much. And I would like to say thank you to my design team because I have the most fabulous design team ever. They do amazing things and they support me so well. Thank you, design team. Okay, today I will be making a card using the new Your View stamp set with the window, and I would like to show you what I do to mount the window straight. As you can see, it's kind of wobbly and wonky, and to get it straight onto my block, this is the thing that I do. I just take a ruler and then I touch the stamp from both sides and then it's straight. This is important because I will be using a ruler and an X-Acto knife to cut it out later, so I want it to be as straight as possible, and this is the easiest way to do it. Then I stamped it with Memento Tuxedo Black ink on some white cardstock. And then I cut out a little tag with my silhouette from some lawn fawn paper. I love this mint color and I want to have the window in that tag later. So I decided to cut out the window first with some scissors, and this is pretty easy because it's straight now. I saw some creations where the window was not very straight, and I'm not sure if this was by accident or if someone wanted a wonky window. Of course you can do it if you like to have something special. You can totally bend the sides of the window to have something special in it. Okay, so I cut it out with my scissors, and then I used my ruler and my X-Acto knife and started cutting out the inlines, the inside lines, and then I found out that this was pretty stupid because I had to cut it out from the tag anyway. So this was the point where I realized that, and I stopped and adhered the window to the tag, and then again went in with the ruler and the X-Acto knife and cut through both layers in one, because this is much faster and you can be sure that the lines will be exactly the same, so you do not have anything peeking out or something. Okay, I cut that out, and this window should not be that white because the light color on that paper is kind of off-white, it's kind of cream, so I decided to use a very light gray marker. This is a touchscreen marker, and then I colored that in. Okay, so the card base will be white, but I do not care about the off-white thing with the background. I use a pencil to mark where the window will be. And then I did some stamping on that, and I wanted to have a nice sunny scene, so I used the cloud and the sun and started with the sun, and I used Memento Tuxedo Black ink again because I will be using some Copic markers to color all that in. Not just Copic markers but also Delta markers and touchscreen markers. You know, I like to use all my markers that I have to have the widest range of colors that I can get. Then I did not stamp it straight. Sorry, my head was on camera. I just want to show you, this is the positive thing about clear stamps. If you do not get the best impression, you can go in again and cover the areas that did not ink up very well. Then I used the cloud and just randomly stamped some clouds, and I did not care to stay inside the lines because I knew that the tag will be covering the rest of it. And then I found out that I totally messed up. I had the card the wrong way around, so I just cut it off and totally went for another idea. I thought it would be nice to have a panel and have some more dimension on the card anyway, so this is perfect for me. And my markers do not work well for one layer cards anyway, so this is just, yeah, it just turned out very well for me, although this was an accident. Then I used the touchscreen marker and the Delta markers to color in that little sun. I have to say I'm not too happy about the yellow colors that come in the Copic A set. I don't know about you. Maybe you can tell me what are your favorite Copic yellow colors, because the one in the A set do not work very well together, at least for me. So maybe you have a good combo. Then I used BG10 for the background because this is a very light blue mint color, and I thought this would work very well with the color of the tag, and it's also very light and it looks like a sunny scene. So this is what I did. I just went around all the clouds and yeah, just gave it one wash. Not any kind of shading or something, just one wash of BG10 to have a nice background. And when I had finished coloring that, I decided that this looks way too bright, but I will get to that later. So this is what it looks like so far, and it's pretty, but I wanted to use the dog that comes in the set, because the doggy is, I think, my favorite image in that set. And I again used some Memento Tuxedo Black, stamped it onto white cardstock, and then I used 2 Copic markers to color it. It's the C1 and the C5, so I did not use any color in between, just C1, and I did 1 wash of C1 just to have a very light, just a very light color on that dog. And then I colored the spots that he has with the darker color, and also added some shadows. I would usually use C3 for the shadows to have not a big difference between it, but this worked with the shading very well. And then I cut the doggy out with my scissors and made sure that the paws stand out a bit, because I want the paws to be on the window, but I don't want his belly to cover the line of the window. And as you can see, I decided that the background is too bright and the dog does not stand out enough, so I used some vellum, cut it to the right size, and then I used my tape runner that is solid white or solid clear, and I adhered the vellum to that portion with the sun. I used some dimension adhesive from Scrapbook Adhesives to have this window tag on top, and I really wanted to have some dimension on that card. I think even the most simple cards have something special if you add some dimension to it. So this is what I go for most of the time. I have lots of simple cards, but I try to have some dimension on them. So I mounted that with the dimension adhesive, and I did the same with the dog because I really wanted him to sit in the window. And now it looks like the sun and the clouds are just a background, and they are not as bright as the dog anymore, and this looks so nice. I think the vellum was a very good idea. It was not planned this way, but I think this is how I work. I start something and it doesn't work, and I just try something else or come up with another idea. Then I wanted to stamp the Sending Sunshine sentiment. I found the right place, and I decided to have it just underneath the tag, and I mounted the sentiment straight to the top of the acrylic block, so I do not have any problems to stamp down because the tag is mounted, you know. So this is the easiest way to do it. Mount it to the corner. And then I took out some washi tape, and I had a problem using, I can tell you I have tons of washi tape, tons really, but I do not have many in this light mint color, and I really wanted it to match the tag. So I found this one, and it has some like I love this, or I really like this a lot, and fab sentiments on there. So I just took some of the washi and decided which sentiments would go well with the card, and I have I really like this with an arrow pointing to the dog and the tag, and I thought this would be fun. I used some yellow baker's twine, I think it's from the Twinery, to adhere that, to attach that to the tag. And then I always like to put some glue underneath the twine just to keep it in place, and because I want to decide where the twine is. I don't want it to float around and maybe look stupid on the photo or something. So this is just why I decide where the twine will be, and I add some glue. This is the Martha Stewart ballpoint glue pen or something. I really love this because it has a fine tip and you can really just use a bit of the adhesive. Okay, then it was time to mount that with my Scotch tape. And yeah, I bought 3 rolls, and I still work with the first one because this is just so much. And then I attached the panel to the front of the card, and that finished the card for today. I hope you got inspired, and I'll catch you the next time. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.